It's been on third. Today we're going to react to videos about the Memphis Police Department. As we know, the other day they five of them killed a dude by beating on him, and he died later at the hospital. But let's get to it. Justice for him.
Tonight, the city of Memphis is bracing for the release of video showing the violent confrontation between police and 29-year-old Tyre Nichols, who died 3 days after the encounter. The U.S. Attorney today promised the community the Department of Justice is conducting a thorough criminal civil rights investigation. CBS's Elise Preston is in Memphis.
We are hearing for the first time dispatch audio from the night Memphis police arrested 29-year-old Tyre Nichols.
At Ross and Castlegate Lane, he's fighting at this time.
When officers say 2 confrontations took place following a traffic stop. U.S. Attorney Kevin Ritz says his office is working to determine what exactly happened the night of January 7th. Nichols, seen here bloodied and bruised, died just days later.
Our federal investigation may take some time. These things often do. But we will be diligent and we will make decisions based on the facts and the law.
At a city council meeting Tuesday, residents demanded to see police footage of the arrest. The 5 officers in the encounter, who are all black, have been fired for department violations.
It could have been your son, Miss Logan. It could have been you, Edmund Ford.
Miss Moses.
Memphis City Council Chair Martavius Jones says the community is on edge.
2 weeks later, where's the city now?
I see us having our hands on a combustible can, and we're trying to keep it contained for as long as we can.
Jones believes one thing is clear. Police training needs to be reevaluated.
This black man died at the hands of other black men that were wearing blue. Blue is the only color that matters here.
All of the fired officers had been with the Memphis Police Department for less than 6 years. Meanwhile, a funeral for Tyre Nichols will be held here in Memphis next week. Reverend Al Sharpton is expected to deliver the eulogy. Nora?
Elise Preston, thank you so much.
That's crazy. I think they should get more than fired. I think they should all be arrested. And it's crazy how, they turned off the mic when his mom was talking. That's just crazy. Or I think that was his mom or his family member, or whoever that was. Like, when she was talking, they turned off the mic. That was so disrespectful. Like, imagine your kid getting hit. Imagine your kid getting killed by 5 officers, and you're on the mic and you talking and stuff, and your mic getting cut off. That's just insane. And now we're gonna look into the Memphis Police Department's Scorpion gang, or whatever they want to call their little gang that they got in Portsmouth. But let's just not in Portsmouth, in Memphis. I don't know why I said Portsmouth, but in Memphis, Tennessee. Let's just take a look at it.
The 5 fired Memphis police officers hadn't been with MPD long, and police haven't told us what units they worked with during their time on the force. But some who know the officers say at least one confirmed he, and we're hearing several, were with the newly created Scorpion Squad that MPD started in 2021 as a solution to fight crime.
Their job is to identify the target area, flood that area with officers, and suppress crime in that area, mostly by visibility. Just being present and having the officers there, it sees an impact on it.
And this audio from Broadcastify of police radio traffic the night of Tyre Nichols' beating specifically mentions calling more Scorpion units to the scene.
The Scorpion car pull over to East Ranger Road, have one running on foot.
Cornell McKinney says the same Scorpion unit stopped him January 3rd, 4 days before Nichols was pulled over.
I actually read it on the back of their vest. It said MPD Scorpion unit.
It was at this Marathon gas station at Ridgeway in Knight Arnold as he was catching a ride with a friend.
All I heard is freeze, get out the car. Put your MF hands up before I blow your heads off. Both of you, get out the car. So put your hands up. So I put my hands up, and one of the officers proceeded to come to the car, and he physically pulled me out by my shoulder with a gun no more than a foot away from my head.
He says the officers in unmarked cars would never say why they had been stopped. He took this picture of the stop. They eventually asked who the drugs belonged to.
I said, man, I just went across the street to get a pizza, and I'm on my way back to the house. He's like, well, who finna rap for this pound? I said, well, can we call my lawyer? And the officers, he yelled out, well, this ain't court, this ain't a time for lawyer. I was like, man, I just came to get a pizza. So he was like, man, we just playing, it ain't a pound in a car. And he let me walk off.
He showed us his call log when he says he placed 2 phone calls to MPD's internal affairs to complain about the officer's forcefulness, but he says he still hasn't heard back. Then he saw the picture of the 5 officers fired in the Tyre Nichols case.
I was like, that's them. I said, that's crazy, that's them. I said, now they don't really hurt somebody. This could have been prevented if the internal affairs took action like I was asking them to do.
We asked Memphis police about the stop involving Cornell McKinney and are also waiting to hear back. Those who know some of the officers are waiting to see how all of this plays out. Former Shelby County Sheriff's Captain Benny Cobb says he has spoken with one of the fired officers, who he coached years ago.
It's been a roller coaster ride. Emotionally for him, he's been in my office. I prayed with him a couple of times, shared some information with him, and now as a result of termination, there are more questions that's being asked. I know the human person. Now, if he's guilty of what he's accused of and what he's been terminated for, of course justice has to be served.
April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
And as April mentioned, we are working to get more information from MPD about the stop involving Cornell McKinney and also the fired officer's involvement with the Scorpion unit.
Well, you see, hopefully they get justice for him and justice for everyone in the city, honestly. And hopefully they, do something. And you guys seen it with the Scorpion gang or whatever they have, but hopefully they get investigated. Hopefully, everything gets done right, but it's been on third.